have a recap on the latest school committee meeting. School nurses present the committee with a screening program to prevent drug abuse. We have all the details coming up.
Plus, get ready for upcoming events at the library. Learn the history behind Abigail Adams through a one-woman show and learn everything there is to know about the Beatles.
And later we take a look at the Apple Place, located on Summers Road, a favorite fall getaway right here in town. And it gets even better due to a new feature added on their website.
Those stories and much more ahead on LCAT News Update.
Thanks for tuning in to LCAT News Update. I'm Rebecca Green.
And I'm Allie Carrington.
We begin the show with the latest school committee meeting. The meeting started off with Chair Bill Fonseca announcing that the East Longmeadow High School received an appreciation award from NEBA, a nonprofit organization that is known nationally and internationally for its work in supported employment and the rights of people with disabilities. The high school provides a program for those associated with NEBA to come in throughout the week and help out. East Longmeadow High School was the only public school chosen for this award. NEBA recognizes each individual's unique talents and implements those strengths in the workplace. The meeting then moved on to a presentation from high school nurse leader Kelly Lombard and Birchland Park Middle School nurse Ann Haskell about a program to reduce and prevent drug abuse.
If you remember last year, we did talk a little bit about this, and specifically as a pilot, but now we are in that pilot, or about to launch that pilot, and then it will give us an idea to look at the mandate that is coming down the road next year.
Do you understand a little bit better what SBIRT is? So it's screening, brief intervention, and referral to treatment. And why do we want to do SBIRT? We want to reinforce prevention of substance misuse. We want to commend the positive, healthy choices, and we want to screen for early detection of substance use and risk, and provide brief counseling and referral to treatment as needed. So why do the screening? Well, the Surgeon General has reported that screening for substance use among adolescents, combined with an intervention and follow-up, can help to reduce substance use. Substance misuse may result in lasting functional and structural changes in the brain. And SBIRT can alert school nurses and other trained staff to students that may be engaging in risky behaviors and related mental health conditions. Also, Governor Baker signed the State Opiate Abuse Prevention Bill into law, and the law requires each school district to implement some type of verbal SBIRT screening for substance use disorders at least once annually in 2 separate grades, beginning with the 2017-18 school year. So next year, we hope to do 7th grade at Birchland and 9th grade at the high school. So what we're going to do is screen every kid. We're going to have our own personal notes so that we remember, but they're going to take this home with them with the resources on the back.
Can a student be held responsible for their answers as it relates to the code of conduct for any of the schools?
Anyone who reports anything that could harm themselves or to harm others, we do have to help and report that. And we're going to tell them that up front.
For example, a 9th grader doesn't necessarily understand that, answers the question, based on his answers to the question, is suspended from a sports team or an after-school activity.
We're going to refer for additional help.
And we're not going to share that with the
punishment.
coach.
It's not for punishment.
But if we as educators and as a school system are aware of an infraction of the code of conduct, how do we not report that? That's why I'm saying if we ask these questions, we have to be responsible for the answers to these questions. I want us to help them, and I'm glad they come to you for support. That's what they need to be doing.
Right.
I'm just being a realist in terms of we're either asking them to lie to us or to be punished for telling us the truth about something based on these questions, I think, or answer no, which is fine, but then what's really the point anyway? If they just, or not no, but answer, not choose to answer.
I know in Northampton, they've done this for 4 years. And Karen Jarvis Vance is the nurse leader there, and she was actually one of the speakers at our training. And she did do a questionnaire after to see how honest the kids were. And basically 85 to 90% were honest. That's why we want trained staff that the students feel comfortable with so that they will be honest.
I mean, I've had parents say to me, why do we screen children in school for anything? It's our business. You don't
Right.
even need a copy of the 7th grade physical. I've had parents say that to me, but the law says it's
Right.
required.
And I get that, and so we follow the law. The law doesn't say
Yeah.
we have to use this questionnaire, though, as far as
Well,
I
maybe there's
understand.
another
So-
questionnaire that we can,
So if we're gonna ask these
research.
questions, I want us to understand that there will be some,
And
we'll have to
that's-
deal with the
no matter
answers that
what-
we get.
Due to concerns from committee members, Haskell will look into other options to bring forth in the near future. Lastly, the meeting covers another presentation that will benefit students' health. Principal of Maple Shade, Michael Fredette, and Director of EL Food Services, Lori Paul, presents the school committee with a breakfast program in hopes that all students can have access to the most important meal of the day. After research and planning, Fredette hopes to officially begin the program October 3rd.
I worked closely with Pam Blair and Lori Paul, and Pam actually worked in a breakfast in the classroom program in one of her positions before East Longmeadow, so she's been a big help to this. I worked with a breakfast program that was done in the cafeteria before school, so we kind of looked at both models. And then when we had the presentation from the Project Bread and the Western Mass Food Bank, this is sort of their area as well, as to provide support to schools and data and give us some information about what the best models are for schools. And it sounds like, from what I hear from Pam's experience, from Project Bread, from the Western Mass Food Bank, and Lori is really helpful with the logistics and how all of this could work, is that the breakfast in the classroom model is the best model for our school. So if you qualify for free lunch, you qualify for free breakfast. For reduced lunch, you qualify for reduced breakfast, and there's also, it's available to any student on a pay-for basis, and I think Lori
We're
mentioned the
looking at $1.25.
$1.25.
And, it's convenient, it's easy, and it's there every day, and a lot of the kids.
What type of foods would be included?
It's a very simple meal pattern for the guidelines that the Department of Education's looking for. I have a sample menu, but they just wanna see that the child's getting a milk, a juice, and a grain.
Now, will you need room for like extra storage or cabinets, or what, is it gonna increase what you need to order?
Yes,
on a
and part of the
monthly-
EOS grant that we're gonna be wrapping up and finishing tomorrow, allows to buy equipment.
If the breakfast program is successful at Maple Shade, then discussion will be held for other EL public schools to pick up the program.
September 22nd marked the beginning of autumn. To celebrate the new season, the Apple Place on Summers Road provides all the fall favorites. From cider donuts to pies and fresh baked apples, the Apple Place is the place to be. ELCAT stops in to see what it's all about. The newest feature to the Apple Place is something you can't see on the property, but on their website. The Apple Place now offers online ordering and delivery right to your door. Although the Apple Place closes mid-December, online ordering is available year-round. Check out all the goodies yourself at 540 Summers Road and online at theappleplace.net.
The Apple Place is perfect for students of all ages, but for those residents who are considered seniors, let's take a look at the Council on Aging. Executive Director of the COA, Carolyn Brennan, hosted an information session about the center. The group received information packets as Brennan reviewed the history, overall goals, clubs, programs, and much more. Programs not only help participants, but also the community. The COA's Kindness and Compassion Endeavor program invites a nonprofit organization every month to help and give back to the community. So far, participants have sewn bibs, dresses, and other items for those in need. To find out more about COA programs, visit the town's website at eastlongmeadowma.gov.
Now let's look at an event for all ages. The East Longmeadow Cultural Council is hosting New England Ghost Stories by Candlelight with J.T. Turner. The performance is a benefit for the historic Norcross House located on Maple Street. J.T. Turner is a professional actor and storyteller affiliated with the Actors Company. Turner will entertain the crowd with a great mix of ghostly tales from silly to light and even terrifying. The event takes place at the Norcross House on Sunday, October 9th at 7:30 p.m. For tickets, call 413-525-1122.
Now it's time for our weekly segment, Library Learning, where we let you know what's happening at the East Longmeadow Public Library. Last week, the library hosted Live Your Happiest Life. Inspirational speaker Gabrielle Bernstein taught members what tools are needed to be happy. Participants enjoyed a meditation session along with helpful and useful tips. Bernstein used examples from her own life and answered questions to create a more relatable experience. Guests left feeling inspired and ready to take on the week.
Now moving on to upcoming events, we talk history. Learn everything there is to know about Abigail Adams. Why learn through textbooks when instead you can sit through a one-woman show? Carol Bielefeld gets in costume and character to perform one fun history lesson. The program takes place on Saturday, October 1st at 1 p.m. in the library community room. Registration is required. The library continues to travel back in time for this next program, the Beatles, the band of the 60s. Through this musical program, participants will receive a multimedia presentation from Beatles scholar and author Aaron Karowicz. The program will provide audio clips and excerpts from interviews with the band members. This program is sponsored by the Friends of the Library and will take place on Tuesday, October 4th at 6:30 p.m. in the library community room. Registration is required.
Before we end tonight, a reminder for all craft lovers. The Springfield 16 Acres Lions are accepting applications for crafters and vendors for their 6th annual Lions Craft Fair that will take place at the East Longmeadow Senior Center early November. For those interested in taking part, contact Margaret at 413-732-7611 before October 10th.
Well, that will do it for this edition of LCAT News Update. Be sure to watch meetings on demand at our LCAT YouTube channel, LCAT01028. Follow us on Facebook and watch us on cable channel 191 and 193.
For cable channel times, make sure to check out our LCAT program guide, available at the Town Hall, Library, and Senior Center. Also check your mail as the programs will be delivered monthly within the reminder.
Until next time, I'm Allie Carrington.
And I'm Rebecca Green. Thanks for watching. See you next week.